It was some crazy work. And just with him and Devin working, it was crazy, entertaining work at that particular time.
Right there, Chrissy White. That's why we brought him back.
I'm that good. None of these fighters could beat me. And if you sign up to fight me.
Floyd Mayweather spoke about Devin Haney sparring with Shakur Stevenson, calling the session intense and impressive. He praised both fighters, highlighting their high level of skill and competitiveness during the sparring. The sparring sessions showed that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are evenly matched in skill, with both fighters trading strong shots and matching each other punch for punch.
You beat niggas up in sparring. I didn't watch you beat niggas up. And when my son got down on you, you dig what I'm saying? You act like you tell us,
Bill,
no, you tell us, no, you
Bill,
tell us.
Bill, if your son is undefeated in the gym, congratulations. Congratulations that you got an undefeated.
Mayweather became heated during a discussion with Bill Haney, claiming that Devin Haney only looks strong in the gym and has yet to fully prove that same dominance inside the ring.
Well, it's good to hear. It's good to hear because a lot of people don't realize how great I am. I've been told them this. It's like you got to keep saying it over and over, and it's like, as I'm saying it, it's like I'm wasting my breath because it's like people like, no, you know, oh, fight this guy. Oh, you won't do this to Teofimo Lopez. You won't da-da-da-da. It's a video of like me and when me and Cameron was going back and forth, he said something like, oh, take yourself up to 140 and fight Teofimo Lopez so he can knock your head off. And now it's like, I did it. And like I said, now people getting to see what I done been saying from.
Shakur Stevenson expressed complete confidence in his abilities, stating that he doesn't believe any of these fighters can beat him, but welcoming anyone willing to step up and try.
The public, this is a fight that people want to see. My fan base, they want to see this fight. I put the fight together. 2 days before the fight, now he's sick. He poisoned, somebody massaged him and did something to him. I don't know, all this that he kept talking about, but I'm just like showing y'all like what type of I am. I be like, but I know my wrongs. Like I understand. That's why now I gotta like understand it's a business and not just get talked into doing things when it come down to like.
Stevenson reiterated that he is open to fighting anyone who calls his name, emphasizing that he is not avoiding competition and is ready to face all challengers.
The fight, Conor Ben comes into the ring, they talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. He been saying that. And now he came through victorious. I think he really wants that money for that fight. He wants the money.
Bernie Boxer analyzed a potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, highlighting the elite accomplishments of both fighters. He pointed out that Stevenson has built an exceptional career, becoming a 4-division world champion, a 2-time lineal champion, and a 2-time Ring Magazine belt holder. Bernie emphasized that these achievements reflect Stevenson's technical brilliance, consistency, and adaptability across multiple weight classes, making him a dangerous opponent for anyone.
Fights, accomplishments, because now Shakur is a 4-weight world champion. Devin is a 3-weight world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now Shakur is a 2-time lineal champion, so he's a 2-time Ring Magazine winner, 2-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, as far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130, so he's a 2-time unified champion, 2-time lineal champion, beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion, had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion, and that was it. He was in his prime too, Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140, not taken away from.
Bernie also discussed Devin Haney's strengths, describing him as a disciplined and highly skilled fighter known for his speed, accuracy, and strategic approach. He noted that Haney's abilities make him a serious threat to even the most accomplished champions. According to Bernie, a Stevenson versus Haney fight would be a high-level clash of skill and an important moment for both fighters' careers and legacies.
I really don't know who I see beating him. Good. The thing with that is it's an amazing fight because both guys are very quick, very intuitive, and very fast and sharp. I do lean with. I'm not even gonna pick a winner in that because this is my first time playing it in my head, and I just see it. It's just so back and forth, and it's that fast chess that we always talk about, and it's that fast chess, which it's gonna be slick.
What wins a fast chess match? What makes a difference?
Who's fastest? Yeah. Honestly, it's who's fastest, and it's also not just who's fastest with the hands, but also mentally to make that setup in that second move and capitalize the fastest. That's a fantastic fight.
You think we see it?
Love to see that.
Yeah, but do you think? I think so. I think we get it at maybe 140.
I'm not rushing that fight, and I don't think we get it at 140. I think if we get it at 135.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Shakur. Maybe Shakur's got, I don't know, maybe a couple fights, if not less than that, at 130. And then I think a blessing for us will be Shakur going after fighters, not going after belts, not going after a championship title, but going after belts, going after fighters. If he decides to go after fighters because it's getting him everything that he...
Sean Porter broke down the potential matchup between Stevenson and Haney, calling it an extremely close and exciting fight. He described both fighters as fast, sharp, and intelligent, comparing the bout to a high-speed chess match where mental sharpness and timing would be just as important as physical ability. Porter believes the fight would be competitive from start to finish, keeping fans on the edge of their seats.
It'll probably be a pretty comprehensive decision, but in my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be, maybe it'll be 8-4, maybe it'll be 9-3, maybe the rounds will be somewhat competitive, but Shakur will win them because he's, as I said at the time, I felt like in every department he was probably a little better than Teofimo, except maybe for the pure punching power. But I thought that was negated because I don't think that either one of them is a big puncher at 140 pounds. But it turned out that the rounds weren't even competitive. So, you can have a fight where the score could be, that wide, but you look at each individual segment of the fight and you're like, okay, there was competition. This wasn't like that. This was Shakur easily winning.
Dan Raphael analyzed Shakur Stevenson's performance, emphasizing his technical dominance. Raphael noted that from the opening rounds, Stevenson controlled nearly every aspect of the fight. While some expected a close contest, the bout became decisively one-sided as Shakur consistently outclassed his opponent with superior offense, defense, movement, and an effective jab.
Like there was never a moment other than that 1 or 2 rounds where you had to even think about who was the winner because it's so very clear that Shakur was doing it on offense, doing it on defense, with movement, with his jab was spectacular. He actually, to me, the conventional wisdom is he's the bigger puncher, Teofimo, than Shakur. No, he wasn't. Teofimo never landed a telling shot the whole freaking fight, and he never had shown any kind of serious punching power at 140 since he arrived in the division, other than the first bout in the division where he scored a knockout over a journeyman opponent.
The way I watched it, I was just like, not in awe, but like, when you're watching something and go, like, I think the consensus was that Shakur would outbox, and I think people get confused when we say to outbox the opponent. People associate with back foot move.
No.
Raphael also highlighted Stevenson's composure, pointing out that even when his opponent attempted to rally, Shakur remained calm and in control. He used precise punches, smart positioning, and strong ring IQ to neutralize any threats. Raphael dismissed concerns about Stevenson's punching power, explaining that Shakur dominated through timing, accuracy, and intelligence rather than brute force, calling the performance a clear statement of elite skill and preparation.
Shakur Stevenson blast WBC and responds to being stripped of a 135-pound title. This is a bit wild. It's a bit wild. And the reason it's a bit wild, so many different reasons actually, but one of the biggest reasons is that Shakur's always said, I want to go up to fight Tio, but I want to come back down to 135. So basically, he's almost telling the WBC, let me go up there, I will come back down. And with what the WBC are going through right now, and this battle with Zuffa, where, you know, they've got some real big players and power over there, and they're saying F the belts, and WBC are fighting, saying none of the belts mean stuff. The last thing you want to do is have a public spat, a public back and forth with one of the biggest names in boxing right now. Like, Shakur Stevenson is one of the biggest names in boxing. And the thing about Shakur as well, you piss him off, this guy will go straight to social media and make it known that he's pissed off, and that's what he's...
Aid Oladipo examined Shakur Stevenson's current position in boxing, noting both his star power and the challenges he faces with sanctioning bodies. Stevenson has established himself as one of the sport's biggest names and has shown flexibility by moving up in weight while planning a return to 135 pounds, a strategy that puts pressure on organizations like the WBC.
WBC belt was on the line. Does that make sense? Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to find it and read it out to so I'm not paraphrasing, because this is quite important and I think it's a joke. I think it's a joke. I really do. All right. Okay, yeah. All right, rule 7.3. I'm going to put this on the screen as well. It says, in the event that a WBC champion competes in any belt in which his WBC title is not at stake, the champion is obligated to pay the WBC 50% of the WB sanctioning fee, payable as if the belt were a title defense. What? What are we doing? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry, this is different to Terence Crawford. A lot of you kind of didn't agree with my...
Oladipo explained that Stevenson publicly voiced frustration with the WBC over a $100,000 sanctioning fee, criticizing the rule that requires champions to pay half the fee even when the title isn't on the line. He described this as a questionable policy that highlights ongoing tensions between elite fighters and sanctioning bodies. Despite these issues, Stevenson remains influential, outspoken, and respected within the sport.
I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but like, Shakur is literally fearing Devin Haney. Because like, every time like you go on a Shakur interview and every time he's mentioned to fight Devin Haney, like, let's talk about the first time. Like, the first time that Shakur was asked to fight Devin, like, basically Shakur was just like, well, I think it was Cigar Talk. Like, he was on an interview with Cigar Talk. Like, basically the first time they asked him like, oh, would you fight Devin Haney? And Shakur was like, yeah, I would love to fight Devin, but I'm not moving up to 147. And he basically said that Devin Haney would have to move back down to 140, which we all know Devin is not moving back down to 140. And definitely ain't going back to 135, because he was just killing himself to make the lower weight classes that he was at. Like 135, like he was extremely killing himself. Like, look at him in the George Kambosos fight. Like, the Ryan Garcia fight, his second fight at 140, he didn't look the best. He looked pretty drained, but he didn't look as drained like as he did against Kambosos, because he was killing himself a lot to make 135. But Shakur just doesn't want Devin to be at his best. And just the amount of times that Shakur was just mentioning like rehydration clause, rehydration clause, rehydration clause, rehydration clause, rehydration clause, like over and over again, like in every single interview. Like when they mentioned Devin Haney, like he's just talking about how Devin's too big. Like he's always complained about that, and the clause that he's always talking about. Like, well, yeah, Shakur, that's why I would pick Devin to beat you, because if you're talking about that size being too much and you're just not confident, and you're just bringing up rehydration clause, that's called fear, because you just don't want to fight a fighter where he's at his best. And we all know Devin is way better at one.
Some analysts believe the repeated delays in finalizing a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney suggest that Shakur may be intentionally avoiding the matchup. Each time negotiations move forward, new obstacles appear, fueling speculation and frustration among fans. These delays have led some to question whether the fight will happen anytime soon.
The kind of being thing. Shakur's been getting a lot of flack because fans feel like that Shakur is ducking Devin Haney. How do I feel about Shakur ducking Devin Haney? I don't think it's true. I don't think it's a thing. Shakur said he's going to go up, put a rehydration clause on the man to fight him. Is Devin Haney going to take a rehydration clause to fight? If not, I don't think so. So why are we even having the debate about him fighting Devin? It's not like he's fighting a champion to get a random accolade like a belt or something, you know? So it's really irrelevant to even bring up why Shakur is not fighting Devin. He's fighting Conor Benn because he feels like he needs to fight Conor Benn because he disrespected him or whatever the case may be. It's really nothing to it. Fans are trying to put Devin and Shakur against each other. I would love to see the...
Others argue that Stevenson is not avoiding Devin Haney but instead aiming for a bigger, career-defining challenge. Reports of discussions involving a potential fight with Conor Benn suggest that Shakur is focused on high-profile matchups rather than delaying fights, a strategy that continues to spark debate among fans and analysts.